SciTube is an initiative to make learning psychology interesting, exciting, and easier. SciTube promotes learning psychology through the relevant original experiments that resulted in the theories. The videos also sensitize the learners about the relevance of the theories in contemporary times. Concept: Structuralism. Experimental setup: Wilhelm Wundt's reaction time experiments. Wilhelm Wundt, often regarded as the father of experimental psychology, conducted his famous reaction time experiments in the late 1870s, primarily around 1879, at the University of Leipzig in Germany. These experiments formed the empirical foundation of structuralism, the first formal school of psychology. The purpose of Wundt's experiments was to scientifically study the basic elements of conscious experience, such as sensations, perceptions, and feelings. At a time when psychology was considered a branch of philosophy, Wundt's motive was revolutionary: to establish psychology as an independent experimental science, using precise measurement and controlled laboratory methods. Reaction time was chosen because it offered a measurable way to study mental processes objectively. Action in the experiment. In the experiment, participants were exposed to simple stimuli, such as a light flash, sound, or touch, and were instructed to respond as quickly as possible by pressing a key or giving a verbal signal. Wundt manipulated the complexity of the task. In some trials, participants merely reacted to the stimulus. In others, they had to recognize, discriminate, or make judgments before responding. Using instruments like the chronoscope, Wundt measured reaction times with remarkable precision for the era. Alongside reaction time measurement, Wundt employed trained introspection, asking participants to carefully report their immediate conscious experiences during the task. Key observations and conclusions. Wundt observed that reaction time increased as mental processes became more complex. Simple reactions were faster, while tasks involving decision-making or discrimination took longer. From these findings, Wundt concluded that mental processes occur in stages and that these stages can be measured and analyzed scientifically. He demonstrated that conscious experience is not instantaneous but composed of structured elements, reinforcing the core idea of structuralism, that consciousness can be broken down into fundamental components. Inferences and contemporary relevance. Wundt's experiments laid the groundwork for experimental psychology, influencing later schools such as behaviorism and cognitive psychology. Reaction time remains a critical tool today in cognitive neuroscience, human-computer interaction, clinical assessment, and artificial intelligence research. Most importantly, Wundt proved that the mind could be studied scientifically, transforming psychology into a laboratory-based discipline. His work continues to remind us that even complex mental processes can be understood through careful observation, measurement, and experimentation. If you think the video made learning psychology easier, like, comment, share, and subscribe.